So when you're getting started with improvising, chances are your solos sound a bit, well, boring. So you're going to love this exercise today, because today we're going to do a really simple, easy jam session in a lovely medium swing feel, and we're only going to use a few notes. So even if you're pretty new to saxophone, you're going to love this. It's a piece of cake. Plus, I'm going to show you a really cool little technique that'll make your solos sound far more interesting and complicated than they really are, and it's dead easy. Now, this lesson isn't about the theory of improvising. It's really just about building your confidence by creating simple solos that really work. Now, I'm a huge believer that this is super important when you're starting out your improvising journey. And in fact, you know what? We've helped thousands and thousands of students become really confident improvisers using exercises like this as a starting point for the more detailed courses and lessons on improvising that we've got inside our Sax School membership. So the main inspiration for today's jam session is the artist Sonny Rollins. I've actually been checking him out a lot lately, and one of the techniques that we're going to learn today is something that you actually hear Sonny Rollins use a lot in his improvising. So you can check out the full video up here that I did recently on the channel, where I talk about why Sonny Rollins is a player that you really should be learning more about and listening to. Right, so let's check out the notes that we're going to use for our jam session today. Now, I'll be jamming on my tenor sax, but I'm going to show you the notes on tenor and on alto, so you could jam along with me on whatever sax you've got, including soprano or bari sax. So on the tenor saxophone, our notes are F, A, C, and D. So for the C, I've got my octave key off, but for the D, I've got my octave key on, and you can use those notes over your whole range. On the alto saxophone, our notes are C, E, G, and A. So for my E, my G, and my A, I also have my octave key on, and you can use those notes over the whole range too. Rightio, let's get stuck in with our first jam session. Now, here are the rules. First of all, I want you to only use those 4 notes that I've shown you. Secondly, we're going to try and keep our melody lines super simple, and we're going to keep our rhythms really clear and simple too. So I'm going to play the first 4 bars, and then what I'd like you to do is to try to copy what I did in my 4 bars and in your 4 bars. Now, I'll show you what note I started the phrase on, but I'm not going to show you my fingers. So I want you to try and work out what notes I'm playing using your ears. Now, if you're struggling to get the notes right that I'm playing, no worries at all. What I'd like you to really focus on is getting the rhythm the same as me, and then you can choose any of those 4 notes yourself. But let's focus on getting the rhythm as accurate as possible. Sound okay? All right, it's going to be a piece of cake. Let's have some fun. Okay, awesome. How'd you get on with that? Good fun, right? And there's always more stuff that you can get from that exercise, so do it over and over a few times. Also, if you watch that Sonny Rollins video that I mentioned before and grab the free PDF transcription from that lesson, you'll recognize something that we did in that jam session that Sonny Rollins does in his solos too, and that is keeping our melodies super simple and developing ideas throughout a solo. So it's a great, powerful technique that, everybody can use. You can use that in your solos too. Right, let's take things up a notch now and add a bit more complexity. Oh, just before we do that, let me know in a comment down below, what's your favorite style of jazz? Is it straight ahead jazz like we're doing today? Or is it blues? Is it commercial jazz, smooth jazz? Is it funk? Let me know in a comment down below. Okay, so for our second jam, we're going to try something that's a little bit more interesting. This is a great, easy technique that does make your solo sound far more complicated than they actually are. Now, we're not talking about the theory here. This is just a simple little technique that you can apply to your improvised lines. Let me explain. So what we're going to do is to take our original 4 notes and move all of them up a half step or a semitone. So that means for the tenor saxophone, where we before had F, A, C, and D, we've now got G flat, which is the same as F sharp. So 1, 2, 3, and your middle finger down here. We've got B flat instead of A, okay? So I'm using my first finger on the B and the bis key there. Sounds like this. You could also play it 1, 2, and our side key here. And then we've got D flat or C sharp instead of C. So that's no fingers at all. And E flat, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and our top little key here. I've also got my octave key on. So our original notes and our new notes now it's the same for alto saxophone, where we had C, E, G, and A. We've now got D flat or C sharp, which is no fingers. We've got F. Octave keys on for that one. Then we've got A flat, which is 1, 2, 3, our little finger over here on the side panel. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and that one. And then we've got B flat instead of the A. So I'm using my first finger on the B key and the B flat key. But I could use 1, 2, and the side key, this one down here. So our original notes were. Our new notes are. Oh yeah, everyone keeps asking me about my finger. I caught it in a kitchen drawer. What a drongo. Now there are some rules to use these new notes in our soloing. The thing is, when we move a half step or a semitone away from our safe notes, our 4 original notes, we create a lot of tension or excitement or drama in our melody lines. So it's really important when we create tension to have some resolution, and we can do that by coming back to our safe notes. So the main thing I want you to think about, the main rule to think about, is that when we move away and we play these exciting new notes, we've got to resolve our melody line by ending up on one of our safe notes. You'll see what I mean as we get stuck into the jam. Let's have a go at it. Rightio, so let's pop this into action. I'm going to put the track back on again, and same thing, I'll take the first 4 bars, then it's over to you. Now I'm going to show you the note that I start on, and I am going to move into those new notes and then resolve my melody lines back to the safe notes. So have a listen for that and see if you can copy the lines that I'm playing. Now remember, if you are unsure of the notes that I'm playing, then try to just think about the rhythm that I'm playing and then apply that to your own choices with the notes. Right, let's have some fun with this. Okay, how'd you get on with that? It's a bit more challenging, and I did get a little bit crazy toward the end of that jam session, just to give you some ideas of how you can apply this technique and sort of take things up to the next level. Now, don't forget you can grab the PDF and the backing track for this lesson from the blog. There's a link down below, and I would urge you to go and grab that too, because this is the sort of exercise you can do over and over again. You can use it as part of your daily practice, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more ideas you'll explore in your improvising as well, which will help you to really come up with some fantastic, exciting things in your improvising. Now, of course, this lesson was really just a taster to get you started with building your confidence with improvising. But to really move ahead, the next step is to dig into the theory of improvising. And we can help you to do that with the courses and the lessons that we've got inside Sax School. So when you're ready, go and check out what we're doing at Sax School. You can sign up for our free 14-day trial that we've got running at the moment and get involved with those courses and lessons and get some help from our tutors as well to really explore this subject of improvising and get yourself off on the right path. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson today. Don't forget to click subscribe if you enjoy lessons like this. There's more content coming out all the time. So the next step now is to go and explore the other lessons on improvising that we've got on our channel here. Hey, dig in and have some fun. Keep practicing hard, and I'll catch you next time.